Hey, welcome back to another episode of Square Business, man. We back.
Yep. What's good, y'all?
Appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Today we got another special guest with us, but I am your host, Rodney Sorrell.
I say Curtis Adams. You already know.
And today we have a special guest. She is a licensed insurance agent. She is the owner and sole proprietor of Lillie Lion Dynasty, which is a graphic design company. She is a mother of two, ages 14 and 8. We have Miss Katrina Lillard in the building.
Hello.
What's up? Welcome in.
How's it going? How's everything?
Everything is great, actually. One day at a time, right?
Right.
All we can ask for.
Yep. So today we are talking about Lillie Lion Roaring Initiative. For the people who don't know what that is, go ahead and let them know.
All right. So here for the Lillie Lion Roaring Initiative is just a small little organization. We want to bring the youth out, let them be seen, heard, and valued. We are always trying to say there's nothing to do. Well, the initiative is definitely looking to put more things out there for the youth to be able to do and actually meet with others, like other like-minded people who actually want to succeed in life.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And we always have, the young people, especially in our generation and the two generations after us, that usually we hear there's not enough things to do. We don't have people that are interested that what we're interested in. So I feel like that's a good opportunity for our generations to come together and figure something out.
be a community. Like, hey, we all in the same place. Why not try to uplift it a
Yeah.
little bit?
Right.
I mean, I think it's dope that you're one. Like, this is gonna be the first one, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
And it's amazing because one, like you said, a lot of people say it's not nothing to do around here. But yet, if we really get into it, man, if we really dig into it, there are people that are doing stuff, and I think it's amazing. Like, how did you come up with the Lillie Lion Roaring Initiative? How did it come to be? Give us the origin story.
All right, so I left West Virginia. Not even gonna lie, I left for about 7 years, and here in the last 2 years, I actually been saying I need something. I need a purpose. What can I do to help? And I kept on looking at my kids. They sitting in the house on the electronics doing much of nothing, but my son is not really into want to go out and play in these sports and this and another. And I was in a town that actually had little events that they put on for the kids, and the community involvement was so awesome. And I would just love to bring that here. Just let people know, hey, we are a community. We can uplift each other. We can lean on each other. And that's what the youth is needing to see at this moment.
Yeah. Where were you at?
I was actually in Georgia in a small town called Thompson, a little bit out of Augusta.
Okay.
And it was nice, but it was just still a small, net, individual town that they was one track mind. And like I tried to start out there, but it's just like this is not my community.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't raise up here. I didn't do anything here, so I felt out of place. So
Yeah.
I was like, I need to come back home. And that's where I'm at. I've been here about 10 months and I've been pushing ever since.
Okay.
Hey, I mean, being back only 10 months and now starting up something. I think it's something important that you said right there is that, you tried to do this there, but sense of community, right? So what exactly do we mean when we say community? Like, who would you say is your community? Not just the people that we went to school with, but
No, it started off young because I really didn't recognize that I was in a community until I got away from the community, if that makes sense. Like I had people that followed me through life. Like I played sports and I was just still a part of something, but it was just, I didn't really understand it at that time. But I had coaches, I had pastors, I had people that really followed me throughout my career of life. And I think that is really my community. Like people that is just they just so sweet and loving and
embrace
want
you.
to embracing, yes, that comfortability with each other.
Yeah. So when you got down to Georgia, what was the difference between that and West Virginia?
I know out there it was a lot of I can't really say it. It wasn't just comfortable to me. It was uncomfortable. It's just like yes, everybody is on like you can get a job, but it's no progress. You don't want to do anything more. Yes, I'm working, I'm paying my bills, but that's it.
That's
That's
interesting.
it.
That's interesting to me because a lot of people say that they leave West Virginia for extra opportunities, more money, what have you. But I also hear that people from the mountains leave, but they always come back at some point.
I see why. Because yes, you get more money out there, but who you going to spend the money with? Who you going to enjoy the time with? Who you have out there? You going to work and coming back home. You got to worry about dinner and this and that. Everything goes out the door.
Hmm.
So it's not really a chance to engage with your children, to go out and see who else is out there, what ideas we can come up with. I was sitting there by myself pretty much. I probably needed that time. But my mind kept on spinning. We can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I mean, it was just ideas after ideas kept on coming to me. So I'm like, okay, I want to utilize these ideas.
Okay.
And that's
So
the initiative.
let's talk about motherhood for a second. So the idea behind this initiative now, what role did your own children play in starting up an initiative like this?
A lot actually, because I had my children. Anybody know my oldest son is relatively quiet. He's not going to go out the way unless you force him to do it.
Hmm.
So I really need him to have a little bit more outlets to be able to say, "Hey, it's okay to go out and do this and see if you like it. If you don't like it, fine, but at least try." So I don't want him to say, "Okay, I got into track and I have to be stuck in track even though I don't like it." A lot of parents want to push them into these sports, but kids is not really all in tune. But if we can just put these little 1 day a week events or something like that throughout the year, I think that will get them more involved and they start saying, hey, when I get older, I can do that for my youth or my community, my kids. My daughter, now she's totally opposite of my son. She's like, hey, let's go. We're going to cheer. We're going to dance. We're
So
going
she's
to
the
have a
outgoing
good
one.
time. Yes. But I want them to have that positivity behind them. I don't want them just going out running the streets, to be honest. I don't
Hmm.
I can't tolerate that. I don't even know what to do when somebody when it comes down to that. I'm like, okay.
I love that you said, your son's not into sports, right? Because especially around here, people will push kids into sports or push kids into activities because that's just what you're supposed to do. If you're a boy, you're going to play basketball, football, baseball. If you're a girl, you're going to run track, do volleyball, softball. But what other outlets would you like for them to be able to get into, not even sports related?
Lego club. It's a building blocks, something allowing the kids to sit down and have lectures within themselves to, hey, like a blue round table type idea, but for the kids. Like I saw somebody just recently said that, hey, my child is want to sell items, they want to make things, they make them bracelets. We have a lot of entrepreneur kids. Like these kids is very crafty in themselves. Why not give them the atmosphere where they can actually go and make money off of that and learn the business foundation of that young?
Hmm.
Like, hey, let's give them the resources to allow them to know we are not just doing this for fun. We can actually make something out of this. A lot
Yeah.
of yeah. So
And maybe I don't know if that kind of stuff was around when we were coming up, but imagine where we would be if we might have had some of those things because we were kind of running the streets. It just was what it was. You roam around the neighborhood, everybody. I mean, we still got to play outside, and we still got to be kids. But there was a lot of things that we might have avoided had we been afforded those same opportunities.
I, just hopping in right quick because I think we're now in a situation or now in a time in our lives where like better, you do better, right? So we get into that space of better, do better, and with her and her kids, she's creating that opportunity and giving them the space because you might have grew up sort of like we did. Don't do what I say, and that's it.
Right.
I mean, but creating that space because Lego Club, right?
yes.
I think when I first got back, we had the NASA program, that the robotics program. Like, I don't know if it's still active, but I think those type of things are important for our kids. Like just to see something different.
Yeah. So how did motherhood change you?
It changed me a lot because honestly,
Like, did you have this idea of starting this initiative before you had children?
no
So
way.
so how did motherhood change you, and what led to that spark of the idea?
Big generational because everything we have, we need to pass on to our children. If we're not teaching them nothing, then what are we passing on? So now I wasn't responsible for teaching anybody anything, so I'm not a teacher either.
Mm-hmm.
So what I know is what I can give. I don't know everything, so I would like for community people to come in and say, hey, okay, well, I know this. Let me teach you that, son or daughter or something like that. And that's why I really was looking at my kids come and ask me about X, Y, Z, and I'm looking like, I wish I knew this answer, but you know what? We got Google right here. But but that's leading them back to the technology. But it's so many people that is so talented in our own community that is capable of teaching them that they may actually pick up on better. So my kids definitely inspire me to be more thinking outside the box. I mean, not everybody learned the same way. So I need to teach them or learn how to teach them a different way. Like my ways of my parent teaching me what happens in this house stays in the house. That's a little bit played out right now. I need my cousin down the street to say, "Hey, you ain't doing right. Maybe you need to look at it from the different point of view."
Right.
There's so many different points of view to everything, and that's what I started seeing as I left and I came back.
Yeah, that's interesting to me because us as millennials, they say that we are the generation that is the main one breaking those generational barriers and traumas and whatnot. We are basically the leaders of the new school.
Yeah, with you saying that, I'm like, what generational thing do you feel like you're breaking for your particular family? I think a lot of people have a hard time even defining that for themselves. But do you know what ones you are breaking?
Most definitely. The communication barrier. That is the one I feel that I'm looking to break the most because I still have issues with going to just an adult or someone that's older than me and saying anything, to be honest, because I wasn't allowed to really go out the comfort zone and express myself as a child. So I always went into little box like, hey, hi, and then that was it. Now I want my kids to be able to say hello, how you doing, and have a conversation with the adult without shying away. I need them to bring that confidence and know that, hey, what you say means and matters, and we all gonna hear you. So that's where it comes at. That's why I want you to be seen, heard, and valued, not just saying, hey, I see you, I heard you, but what it goes from there. Do you value what I say, or are you just thinking I'm just talking smoke? So yeah.
Right. So how does that relationship that you have with your children now, how long did it take to formulate that? Because, kids are going to be kids at the end of the day, but to build that trust factor with them, something that you may not have had when you were their age, what was that process like?
I'm still going through the process, not even going to lie, because like I said, my son will close down and not speak. But for me to be able to find other people around and he's actually willing to open up to, that's great. My daughter, she would sit there and say, now, Mom, this, and this. She would sit down and tell me everything that had happened in the day, even if I don't want to listen. She's going to make sure I
she
listen
reminds
to
you
her.
of yourself sometimes?
Tell me about it. I used to talk excessively. I don't know what I was talking about, but I was always talking, and that's my daughter. She has something to say, and she has an opinion about everything. So, I mean, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm going to embrace that. I'm not going to tell her, oh, girl, go in the room. Why are you talking? I need to embrace her and listen to what she's saying because maybe that is really something that she went through that day that really bothered her and is going to stick with her. And we don't want to keep on piling on top of hurt and pain. We need them to be able to knock it all off. And so, yeah.
I mean, like hearing how invested you are in your kids, especially, man, is like refreshing to hear because I think a lot of us did learn a particular parenting style just because of the way we grew up. But like you said, you're fighting against that, building communication. And during the times that you do see them shutting down, right? How then do you like bring life back into them or speak life back into them?
My kids are huggers. Regardless, both of them are huggers. They lovers. I would go over there and just hug on them and say, "It's okay. I love you. I'm here for you. I always got your back." And that's really all I can do, because let them know that they are capable of talking to me, even if they don't want to. And yes, sometimes my reaction does go south sometimes, but I'm human. But I want them to know that, hey, I'm gonna talk to mom, because mom is not going to not have my back at the end of the day. She will always be here, and I'm always. So me just give them that simple hug, kiss on the cheek or something, usually bring them back around and let them start opening up. My son actually came around a little bit more, and it's like, it's really awesome, actually. It's really great to see that expression of the kids wanting to talk to you rather than just shutting down. It's like, oh, your whole day went by and you telling me that nothing happened?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it really feels like what you're doing is working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To actually listen. Like, hey,
That's
we need more people doing that.
That's beautiful. Well, let's stop right there for a second. We'll be right back after this. Okay, we're back.
Yes, sir. So, kind of with jumping back into the conversation, right? We now have the Lillie Lion Roaring Initiative Youth Unity Day. So, what's the dates? What's the deets on everything that you're getting on with this day?
So I'm so excited. For this day is actually going to be on August 1st of 2026, which is a Saturday. It's going to be from 12 to 4 o'clock at the New River Park. Now that is at the Shelter 2. We will be out there. You're going to see us. You can't miss us. So we want to make it like a community reunion, but with a whole bunch of field events. Like, we don't want to have a dull moment, right? So we're going to have like sack races. We're going to make a roar circle. It's going to be a lot of field events. It's just a lot.
The old school sack race. I was like, no, I need the
You
3-legged race. The sack race?
Yeah.
Oh, dog, if we doing the sack race, I might even bring my own sack. It's got the hole cut out in the bottom so I can run. Nah, I ain't gonna cheat. But no, I think this is a dope thing because it's meant to bring the community together, right? Mm-hmm. So with that being said, are you still looking for people to be vendors, donations? What exactly can the community do for you?
All right, so we are still looking for more vendors to set up to be the mentors for the youth here. We need more positive people that is able to speak out to them, maybe at their level. We're also looking for volunteers. I would love to have the youth that is looking to get some college credits, not credits, but community service, there we go, to be able to volunteer. We can do volunteers to be able to do the events. Maybe even donations. We still can use donations for water, little bug sprays, just little things that you would think would keep the kids safe during the time because it's going to be hot. So that's just some of the little stuff that we are looking for. But I do believe this event is going to be excellent, so please come out and support.
Right on. I got a quick question about mentoring. So with finding mentors for the youth, what barriers have you seen or heard of with that? Because we live in a time and day where, if you say something to somebody's kid, like, it's going to be a problem. Man. And I know my brother here has dealt with that before, maybe currently or in the past, I'm not sure. But what barriers have you seen to that? Because parents might not be as receptive nowadays to having somebody mentor.
We're going to pray on that one because really all we can do is hope for the best, and we just know that we're not out there to be malicious or anything to the kids. So far, I haven't had too many vendors that really is jumping at the bits, to be honest. We have people that is busy during that time, and they may have the same doubt as well because they are nervous to go out to speak to people's kids because they don't want that backlash. But so far, they want to help and want to participate. So I like the willingness here so far.
Yep.
So it's not really too bad of trying to say, hey, we're going to speak to the youth. Not yet.
Yeah.
And hopefully not knock on wood.
Well, parents, this is an awesome opportunity for your kids to meet positive role models. Just get out, mingle with people their age, be in a safe place where they can freely express themselves and have a bit of fun. So y'all make sure y'all pull up to that event.
Yeah, and if you got a teenager, young adult that's looking for some hours for community service, so that's like National Junior Honor Society. Maybe you got a group of people that just need some hours. I think this would be a great opportunity for them as well. But also, if you're into mentoring, if you really truthfully have a heart for kids, because there's a lot of people that have a soft spot for kids, this is an opportunity for y'all to kind of reach out. And whatever gifts you got, I'm sure Katrina would love you to bring, because she doesn't just have, the Lillie Lion Roaring Initiative, but she also got what she calls Dynasty. So if you got a creative outlet, man, like let's talk about that a little bit. What brought you to do Dynasty a little bit?
My Dynasty is my stress relief. So when I'm overwhelmed, I'll go and start creating little things, and I end up start finding ways to print them out. Go figure, right? So now that I print them out and I post them on something, I don't really do much with it, but I'll look at it and like, hey, I did that. And it turns out people actually like some of my stuff. So I'm like, okay. But it's really just my way of relaxing, take my time, and put my energy into something different for the moment.
So I want to know, what does the line represent?
That's my inner wannabe, because I want to be fierce, but I'm still gentle as a lily right now. But I'm trying to bring out the inner fierceness in everyone so they can stand and be proud and confident in what they are looking to do. So I feel like you got to have a little bit of fierceness, and that's that lion all day.
Yeah.
All right, then. I say, almost roared. But on the real, like, what would you say that I always call it Lil Katrina? What would you say Lil Katrina is saying now, like looking at you now?
Go, Katrina, go, Katrina, go. Go, Katrina, go. Because I was definitely soft-spoken always, even though I talked a lot, like I said, but I wasn't really saying anything. So I was soft-spoken, and when I was in a room with people, you probably didn't even see me. So it's just now I wanted to know that, let people know I have my voice, and I want to use it in a positive way, and I want to help. So let me help.
And I also want to say, mentoring, to your point, like if I was to ask you what type of mentors you're looking at, we're not looking at for just coaches. No. We're not looking at just, pastors and spiritual leaders, but those that have a creative bone. What type of mentor do you think best fits, I guess, this community as we grow?
There's so many different types. It's just hard to pinpoint. We can have artists. People is creative with their hands. People don't even have to be outspoken to be a mentor. They can be creative in ways of barbers. You can have a beautician. You can be a nail tech. You can be, it's so many different things out there. Construction worker. Those are all fields. A farmer. It's a whole bunch of different things that people can do to express their.
Would you say that this event is kind of not a job fair, but are those the kinds of vendors that you're looking for? Just to show the kids that, hey, there's a lot of things that you can do and get involved in.
Yes, that was.
So there's no preference on vendors.
No preference. I just want them to have a good heart and want the kids to do better.
Gotcha.
That's awesome.
Because I also think you've talked a little bit about for this day having a little mentor blocks, so that people can either come up to like a certain mentor and be like, hey, can you tell me more about this area? So because I think it's important to let people know that whatever you're bringing to the table is welcome at this event. Like if you're DJing, and also it's not about competition.
No.
Like,
Never that. It's too many kids around here to compete with one another. Everybody can definitely do something. Everybody have a place. It takes more than just one person. So therefore, we all got a community. So I want to get, even for myself, I want to know who else is out there that is capable and willing to do something. I want to jump in on them bandwagon too. Let me help y'all. So.
And we're the same way. You know, when we started the podcast, we didn't care about being number one and going the most viral. We want to help people just, you know, in the same fashion. So as long as we can help somebody, we did a good job. So there's enough out here for everybody.
So what they say, where every voice matters. It's right there on the logo.
Yeah. Well, Katrina, I appreciate you stopping by to kick it with us and talk to us. And I love the idea of this event. Let the people know what day and time and where they need to be one more time.
Okay, so come to New River Park on August 1st, 2026 from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's going to be a great time.
How can they reach you if they are interested in being a vendor or a mentor?
We have an email, the Lillie Lion Roaring Initiative. Yes, it's a little long, but it is Lillie Lion Roaring Initiative @gmail.com. I also have a phone number. I prefer the email.
Okay, we'll plug the email in and the phone number as well.
Yes.
All right. Well, Katrina, we appreciate you coming by. And that will wrap it up for this episode of Square Business. So appreciate y'all, as always, tuning in. Make sure you pull up to the event August 1st, man. Pull up. If you ain't got nothing to do, if you do got something to do, come anyway.
Enjoy the time.
And it's free.
It's free.
That's the main important.
You talking about ain't nothing to do. This is something to do, and it's free.
Yes.
Don't get no better than that, folks. That wraps it up. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Till next time, Square Business. We out.
Square Business. Say good money.